Have you ever found yourself struggling to articulate a quick response in front of everybody when somebody asked a tough question to you? Well, we will solve that problem forever today. Because in this video, you're about to discover a 5-step framework called CHARM that Shah Rukh Khan uses in order to become a master of spontaneous speaking. By the way, these 5 tips will make sure that you amp up and level up your communication skills, and you will know exactly how to articulate your ideas anytime in front of anybody without any hesitation. So check this out. Hi, I'm Bishal Sarkar. I'm an international public speaking coach and a TEDx speaker, and for the past 15 years, I've been helping over 1 lakh leaders crack the code of public speaking, and I've spoken at companies like Microsoft, IBM, Google, Cisco. The reason I mentioned that to you is because all the strategies that I'm about to give you are from the real world. By the way, this 5th tip that I'm about to give you will blow your mind and make sure that you become a master of spontaneous speaking. So make sure you watch the video till the end. Let's go. The first in the CHARM formula, the CHARM, is confidence mastery. Understand this, confidence is not about perfection, it's about having a presence of mind without overthinking. A critical thing that Shah Rukh Khan does very well in an interview or even in speeches is that he does not overthink. He's absolutely having the presence of mind, and that's why people love him and hear him speak. So that's the same thing applies to you. So do not judge yourself too much, do not second guess yourself, do not doubt yourself too much. And here are 3 tips that I can give you in order to help you master your confidence. Tip number 1 is use the 3-second rule. 3-second rule basically means response within 3 seconds of being asked a question. Overthinking kills confidence. Tip number 2, start with the statement called I believe or from my experience. When you use it, it will absolutely make you sound certain even if you are still forming the answer in your head. For example, you can say, I believe we have a lot of potential as a team to create magnificent result for our clients, as an example. 3rd tip is eliminate filler words. Do not use I think, blah, 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 because that ruins your reputation. So make sure you speak with directness and clarity. So that was C. A, it stands for humor and wit. Now you know it very well that Shah Rukh Khan uses humor and wit to his advantage all the time.
Question this side.
I apologize to intervene.
One last question, Salman this side. Sorry, Shah Rukh this side. Because you were talking about Salman.
I'm extremely sorry, but
what's
due
your
to
name?
time constraint.
I don't know. Where are you speaking from?
Shah Rukh this side.
Kahan?
On the
I'm
second
literally
row,
sorry
second row, right?
because Lipika here. I'm literally sorry.
Don't worry, Deepika, it's all right.
Lipika.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Deepika.
And that's a pro tip for you as well. If you want to be seen as a powerful communicator, you must master the art of humor and art. No. You don't have to be a comedian for that, but you have to have the presence of mind to turn any difficult situation into a humorous moment so that people appreciate your presence of mind. Here are 3 tips to master your humor and your wit. Tip number 1 is use the reverse flip trick. Reverse flip trick, which means if somebody asks a tough and tricky question, flip it back humorously. Example, if somebody says, do you always talk this much? You can say, well, only when I'm passionate, which is all the time. So yes. Second tip is you can use a go-to light-hearted response. For example, prepare a default humorous reply to any common situation. And number 3 is use self-deprecating humor smartly. Learn how to make fun of yourself in a very respectable manner, and so that people actually think that you are very much on the spot and at the same time you are confident about yourself. SRK does it all the time, and if you do that, people will see you as a humorous and witty personality. 3rd tip, and that is adaptability and reinvention. SRK has been reinventing himself all his life, whether it is about him being a romantic hero or even in interviews and speeches and communication that he does with the media, he always learns how to adapt himself. Now, the reason I mention that to you is because the pro tip for you is whenever you're communicating with people, make sure that if you do not know a certain topic, don't say, I don't know how to answer this, I'm sorry, do not apologize. Say, I may not know this, but let me tell you what I do know. So this is called the linking method. You link something to what you already know. So here are 3 tips on how to create adaptability in your speaking. Number 1 tip is buy time with a strategic pause. Take a sip of water or smile and say, that's an interesting question, and let me gather my thoughts quickly. That's 1. Second, you can bridge to what you already know. If you don't have an exact answer, connect it to the related topic that you're familiar with. For example, you can say something like, I'm not an expert in that, but from my experience with XYZ, here is what I've observed. For example, I'm not an expert in human resources, but from my experience in finance, here is what I've observed. Third tip is use the yes and technique. Accept the premise and build it so that you sound knowledgeable and fluid. Fourth tip, that is relatability. You have to make sure that the audience feels relatable and you feel relatable to your audience. How do you do that? See, SRK has a way of communicating in such a manner that people actually feel emotional about whatever he's talking about. People can relate to him when he's talking about his father, for example, his backstory, his struggle, or his today's stardom that he has. People always relate to it, even if they may not have achieved that aspirational outcome, for example, because he says it in an emotional and funny manner. You have to do the same thing. So here are 3 ways on how you can use relatability in your communication. Number 1, tell a quick story. Instead of a plain answer, share a 10-second personal story to make it memorable. Tip number 2, mirror the tone of the audience. If the audience is very serious, match their energy. If they are playful, match their energy. That's how you engage playfully. And number 3, use the feel, felt, found method. What do I mean by feel, felt, found method? Here is the thing. You use something called FFF method, feel, felt, found. You say, I understand how you feel. In fact, I have felt that many times, and what I have found out is that. Let me give an example. Let's say somebody shares with me that, Bishal, I find it very difficult for me to master public speaking. I can tell them, I understand how you feel, because many of our clients have felt the same way, and what they found out is that public speaking was only difficult because they did not know the right techniques and methods. And what they found out is that once they learn the techniques and methods, gradual and skyrocketed results happen for them, and the same thing can happen for you. You see, feel, felt, found. If somebody says, Bishal, I think it's very difficult for me to lose weight. I understand how you feel. In fact, I felt the same way when I wanted to lose weight. And what I found out, don't focus just on losing weight, focus on feeling light. Because if you make choices every single day feeling light, guess what? You're going to make the right choices in terms of your food, your sleep, your hydration, nutrition, so that you can actually lose weight. So don't focus on losing weight. What I found out is it's more easier if you actually focus on feeling lighter. Does that make sense to you? The 5th technique, and that is M, and that is your magnetic presence, which basically means you have to speak with conviction. Understand this. SRK has a way of magnetically communicating with his voice and body language very, very well. Absolutely. So if you want to be a powerful communicator, you must learn how to use the vocal variety and body language, something we talk a lot about inside our program. You must use it to your advantage, and let me give you some tips on how to use that. Make sure you use the up and down vocal tone. For example, sometimes I can say, that's a great news. But also, if somebody has achieved something great after a long time, I can say, wow, that's a great news. You see that? Emotion is very, very important. For example, if I'm speaking to a CEO, I'll not just say, wow, congratulations to you. When I coach them and they send me a text message sending, Bishal, I've got a great speech, I'll say, wow, congratulations to you. How do you feel? So up and down tonality is very, very important. Tip number 2 about vocal variety and body language is you must use your posture very well. So you will see that even in this video, even if I have a mic in my hand, I'm using my both hands. I'm not just standing and talking this way. I'm using my hand gestures a lot. So that's a very important tip for you as well, that when you're speaking to an audience, it doesn't matter in the office, if you're giving a TED talk, make sure you use your body language very, very well in order to really make sure that you are penetrating your message properly in the minds of the audience. For example, instead of saying there are 3 ideas I'd like to share with you, you can say, guys, today I'd like to share with you 3 ideas. Idea number 1, idea number 2, and idea number 3. So guys, we spoke about the 3 ideas. Let me hear from you. What do you think about these 3 ideas? You see that? Body language. And the third and final tip I have for you right now is make sure that you smile not just with your face, but also with your eyes. SRK uses that to his advantage. He smiles with his eyes, and that's why there are so many people who are his fan. Now, whether you like him as an actor or not, that's a separate thing, but you cannot deny the fact that he's a well-known personality. So you can absolutely do that in order to connect with your audience as well. So there you go. Here is the charm formula: confidence mastery, humor, adaptability, relatability, and magnetic presence. So if you'd like to articulate your ideas in front of anybody, you can absolutely use the charm formula just like Shah Rukh Khan does in your next communication, next presentation that will change your life forever. And listen, we have been helping a lot of our clients for the past 15 years to apply these tips and techniques into their presentation and their communication to change their lives forever. You can see on the screen, there are so many people that we have trained, they have changed their lives forever. And if you want to really change your life as well, I'm doing a special masterclass called Speak Like a CEO. You can click the link below on this YouTube channel and join me live, and where I'm going to be sharing with you not just these ideas, but how to train yourself with a practical approach as well. So click the link below, join there. Until next time, by the way, next week I'm uploading a video. I'm recording and uploading a video on the 5 top tips to master your mindset so that you never have hesitation again. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bishal Sarkar here, reminding you that public speaking is not about perfection. It's all about connection.